Hello, Mr. Barman. Your app's not working. Can I order with you? I'll have a Carlsberg Special Brew, a bottle of Frosty Jacks, and a large Lambrini. Thank you. Whoa!
Bro, my thumb is so fat.
Oh, rubbish that.
Do you know what? They've been in retirement for so long. I imagine Swedish House Mafia might hit a couple of Duff notes as well if they played that song again.
honestly-
They would.
I've just...
Thumbing the keyboard on their phones.
Can I also question what sort of establishment we're in if they're selling bottles of Frosty Jacks, by the way?
So?
We used to sell that on a little off license I worked out on the corner.
Sits in the park drinking it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Right, welcome back, everybody. It's been a long and arduous week. I'm sure you've missed us.
Yeah,
We've
it's been
missed you.
difficult.
And happy National Quiche Lorraine Day.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Who?
Happy International Bee Day as well.
It is as well. We love a bee on this, don't we?
Bee? Oh, like Buzzy Bee.
Yeah. Bee.
Yeah.
Bee. Yeah, I love a quiche.
Yeah, I don't.
You're not a fan
Do
of
you not like
No,
quiche?
not
I
at
quite
all.
like quiche.
Quiche Lorraine?
Yeah, I quite
Do
like
you?
quiche. Yeah.
Who's Lorraine? Why has she got something to do with it?
Yeah.
Why
who
not?
is she?
I don't know.
Did she
Do
invent
you
it or
reckon they'll
something?
change the name of it when the talk show host retires?
Oh, they
and
might
it'll be
do.
whoever takes over, so it might be like Quiche Phillip or something.
She doesn't do Lorraine. It's not called Lorraine, is it?
Yeah.
The
I
actual
thought-
show's called Lorraine.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Don't know then.
I don't know what quiche has got to do
Joe's
with it
just
now.
killed that joke.
Don't
without
know,
a show.
don't care, sorry.
Okay, so for those who are new or have very forgetful memories,
Keep up.
my name is Tom.
My name's Dan. Hello.
Hello.
And I am English Jason Belmonte equivalent, Joseph Benham.
Wow.
Who's Jason Belmonte?
He's a professional bowler, but he bowls two-handed like I do. And that was the...
You use the rails still.
No, I don't.
Joe's
They're called bumpers, actually, and no, I don't use them.
Joe's just referred to himself as being a professional bowler, and about 10 minutes before we started shooting, told us he scored an 89. So you know,
I thought
So make of that what you
were
will.
an internationally certified professional forklift driver. You can't be
am.
both.
Oh, no, I am.
he was.
I'm certainly not a Jason Belmonte's equivalent. I know I said I was.
Do you have certificates for that as well?
What, for my bowling?
Yeah.
No. It wouldn't be bad though, would it? Can you imagine if you could walk in somewhere and say, so what certificates have you got? Well, I'm a professional bowler, and slide a piece of paper across the...
I don't think I'd be that
table.
impressed.
I was going to say that
You
wouldn't
wouldn't be
get
that
you
impressed
very
with
far
professional
whatsoever.
bowlers.
No.
The only person you get that would be impressed by that is another bowler. Like,
No, I think
yeah.
Let me try
Moving
that
on.
again. I think professional bowling is really interesting, actually. Have you ever watched professional bowling?
Yeah.
Like, they're so consistent, it's insane.
I think the same about paint drying. So you know,
You-
each
you-
to their own.
I can consistently drink a pint the same way that they consistently bowl a ball. So let's start with our first and foremost and thorough topic of the news.
Love a bit of news.
I do, and I love it that much. I would like to start if that's okay with you,
Absolutely.
fellas.
Well, it's not okay.
Pretty
I'm
please.
going to start with a personal anecdote instead.
Pretty pleased with a cherry on top.
Yeah, feel free.
Oh, lovely, because my news comes all the way from New York. It's travelled across the big blue, and it's from a 4-year-old boy called Noah who lives in New York, and he loves SpongeBob. Absolutely loves SpongeBob, and in fact, he loves the little absorbent yellow and porous cartoon character so bloody much, he decided to pop onto his mum's Amazon account and treat himself to a spot of retail therapy.
No.
And the little 4-year-old Noah decided to purchase 51 cases of SpongeBob ice lollies. That's 918 ice lollies, which cost £1,872. Obviously, that's the pound
GBP equivalent.
GBP equivalent. Oh, there's a happy ending though. There is a happy ending.
Yeah,
Kid loved every single
ate
one.
all
Well,
the
he
lollies.
did, yeah.
There's the
He
happy
made
ending.
himself ill, threw up everywhere. But Amazon refused to refund the order, so a fundraiser was started to raise the money back to help the single mum out who couldn't afford a $2,000 bill, and they raised £10,000
Goodness me.
to cover their ice
You only needed
creams.
to raise £2,000.
Yeah,
That's mad as well. I suppose Amazon, for food related stuff and especially frozen stuff, they're probably well within their
Because
rights.
Jeff's a bozo.
To not, they're probably well within their rights to not refund stuff like that.
Probably,
I was going to say Amazon are really like on it when it comes to
Mm.
like returns and refunds, but
Like-
when it comes to food, like you can't mess around with it.
Yeah,
Can you?
like frozen
But
stuff, especially.
no, yeah, I think he's quite a clever young boy. I mean, he actually ordered it to his auntie's house to avoid getting caught.
4 years old.
4-year-old.
Casually bring in one box of
Shout out
SpongeBob
Noah.
always back.
Cheers to you, Noah.
Yeah, cheers, Noah.
Shout out Noah.
So I have some news. I suppose this is less news, and like I said, the personal anecdote.
Is it about you?
So it is. Hence, I said personal anecdote.
Okay.
Professional tip: if you're forklift certified, don't drive into a brick wall in your workplace.
All right, what happened?
I drove into a brick wall at my workplace.
Tell me more.
So I was taking a stack of pallets from inside the warehouse to outside.
How many pallets?
There was 7.
So that's a hefty amount of pallets.
It is. You're not allowed to carry more than 8, but I think it was 7 or 6.
But because you're a professional, you can push it.
You can't. I never carry more than 8 pallets at a time, ever.
Well, I can carry 12.
I'm sure you can, but HSE will be all over you,
No,
man.
I can't. I'm not professional.
So I was driving. I'd picked up the pallets, I reversed it, and I was driving through. And basically, there's like a roller that leads to the outside, or a space that is covered by a roller when it's closed. And I was driving out,
And it was closed.
I was no. I was pointed slightly more to the right
Ooh, schoolboy
than
error.
normal.
Pointed slightly more to the right.
The second pallet up from the bottom was jutting out to the right slightly. I was driving through, going really slowly, wasn't driving recklessly, and then hit this wall. And at first I thought, oh, I'm fine. Like, I've just hit the wall. And then I saw the bricks fall out of the wall.
So the wall was damaged. How was the pallet? Was the pallet okay?
The pallet was fine.
It's a tough pallet.
Honestly,
A wooden pallet?
I hit it with the corner though, and it's got like a block that reinforces it in the corner.
You know, the reinforcement block of the corner of a pallet.
Yeah.
But,
So some say that they're designed to take out bricks.
I think they are.
Well,
intentionally.
I think it was less the pallet and more the 8 tons of force behind the pallet. But yeah,
That's
that was
for those listening. That's how much a forklift weighs.
not a forklift. The forklift I was driving.
Are you okay
I'm fine
mentally?
No. Yeah, it was rough. I've had incidents. Every driver has incidents, but that was a very
You're not an F1 driver.
I was just about to say.
In their career, every driver has an incident.
no. But it's like the thing is,
But
the more
Toto Wolff's going to come up and do an interview in a minute about what went wrong.
but the more frequently you use a piece of equipment, the more likely you are to have an incident with it. And it was literally just.
I had the same with a cheese slicer. It's a daily occurrence using them.
Yeah.
I love cheese. I sliced my finger.
See,
Occupational hazard.
exactly.
Carried on eating the cheese.
Did you then get the cheese out the cupboard and
And then start slicing the cheese. Yeah.
Carried on eating cheese.
But yeah, it was rough. It was rough. Wasn't a fun weekend because it was on the
Are
Saturday.
you all right?
So I've got one last bit of news.
Lovely.
And it's not
Thank you.
necessarily... You're very welcome.
No, you're welcome.
So it is more a little bit about what's gone on in the previous week than what's gone on this week. So it's almost, by the time this airs, it's almost like 2 weeks past when it's happened. But I don't know if you know, and I just thought it was worth bringing this to the podcast and to the listeners as well. Last week was Mental Health Awareness Week.
It was, actually,
Oh,
yeah.
And so we lost someone at work very recently due to it. So I would like to give a shout out to Wayne. But yeah, if you're struggling or if something's bothering you, talk to someone.
Yeah,
And I just
definitely.
wanted to put that out there.
Can't reiterate that enough, really. Like, yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Find anyone. Everyone appreciates it, don't they?
100%.
Yeah.
Just make sure you speak to someone.
Cheers to Wayne.
Even us. Cheers to Wayne.
Cheers, mate. Right. So, of course,
Of course. That's a new word.
as we know, my favourite segment is I was today years old and I found out, and I found some Gucci little numbers for you this week, fellas.
I like
short
it.
and sweet, these ones, very short and sweet, but just thought to throw them in and get your brief opinion on.
Beautiful.
The first one, okay. I had absolutely no way of segueing this at all because it's unrelated to nothing. But during your life, you will produce enough saliva to fill 2 swimming pools.
I've read this.
Hmm.
In fact, this
I
was
can
a
do it in a
question.
week.
This was a question on a quiz during lockdown.
Was it?
We all remember those Zoom quizzes. They were brilliant.
Brilliant.
And I was told off for being picknickety because I was asking what size.
Picknickety.
Yeah, is that a word?
Jinx,
I've
show me your
definitely
Coke. Yes, that's going on my list. Perfect.
Definitely got that word wrong.
Panickety.
That's the one. Yeah, I was called out because before answering the question, I wanted to know what size swimming pool.
Well, I thought that
Olympic
I did.
swimming
Olympic
pool.
swimming 50 metre or
Exactly.
a backyard paddling pool.
Exactly.
I would presume your standard active leisure kind of swimming pool.
Yeah.
You know? But regardless of whether it is a swimming pool in your backyard or an Olympic-sized swimming pool, that is a ridiculous amount of saliva,
Quite a revolting amount of saliva.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Like,
Disturbing
imagine,
amount,
would you, right?
Go for a swim
How
in it.
much? How much to jump in it?
I wouldn't.
Of your own, it's your own saliva, your own,
Don't really matter.
your
does it,
own
do you know what I mean?
life of saliva.
The problem
Yeah,
is,
but I'll put it out there. If I played football and I had to spit on the ground when I've been running about, if a little bit's got on me, I've been disgusted. So
Yeah.
I don't think I could dive like
But
shoulder deep into
but
it.
how much though? Head first, do a lap
I'll do it for free.
for free. No, you wouldn't.
Do you want to bet?
Yeah,
I've done a lot of things for free, mate.
right.
That's good because I've been collecting in the backyard. I'm about half a swimming pool full right now.
Honest, I do a lot of things for free.
Lovely. You?
Yeah, I don't think there's enough money in the world.
I'm really adventurous. I'll just do anything. I don't care.
Right. My second, I was today years old when I learnt. It's quite surprisingly straightforward, and I'm surprised no one has ever realised this. But everything in the universe, everything, is either a potato or not a potato. Everything.
So sometimes I think, how can people in the TikTok comments think we're dumb? And then Thomas
And
will
then we
come
get a
out.
waffle like that.
Thomas will come out with something like that, and I'm like, it all makes sense.
How accurate is that, though? It is. Everything. Name me something in this universe that is a potato or not a potato.
Is a potato or not a potato? Well,
Yeah.
a potato is a potato.
Yeah.
And this microphone isn't a potato.
So you've proved my point.
Yeah, but you could say that about anything, Tom.
Well, you could, but we're talking about potatoes here. We're talking about your Albert Bartlett rooster potatoes.
This is so
The thing that
stupid.
worries me is this wasn't even just a silly comment so much as I was today years old when I found
No,
out.
because-
Why have you
because-
I was in
only
work
just
today,
found
guys,
out?
and I've
but-
really thought about it. And when you boil it down,
Boil
life,
it down.
you're either a potato
nice,
or you're not a
nice
potato.
pun there.
Like, do you know what I mean? That's the thing. Well, in life, you're either a potato or you're not a potato.
Right, stop mashing my ideas.
This is like the Vine. This is like the Vine where there's this guy who goes, "We all die. You either kill or get killed."
Yeah.
And then some guy's making a beat on a door, and he's like, "What you gonna do?" Like that's.
Well,
that's
yeah.
literally-
No, it is.
Do you know
No, it is.
what?
It is a very straightforward and simple idea, but I've never thought of it before. So I was today as old. I learnt it. Like,
I
obviously,
think you've only
it's
just
stupid.
chipped away at the surface of this, Tom.
Okay, what's below?
Chipped. That was the pun.
Chipped.
Oh yeah.
I've got one. I don't know if I class it as I was today years old,
Better I'd
or
be.
if it was a. Is it just me that wonders? Because it's a little bit of both. But did
Watch
you
it be
know?
neither.
Yeah, I'm gonna kick off if it's.
I
Neither.
should say that to
I'm
my
gonna.
mic.
I'm gonna have a kick off so big it inconveniences everyone in this room if it is neither.
Doesn't have to be that big. We're in quite a small area.
So
But I stumbled across something on the marvelous
wet
encyclopedia
floor
of
sign?
everything called TikTok.
everything on TikTok's true as well. There's
is.
actually, we've mentioned the Learn on TikTok segment. Opposite my house in Manchester, there is an entire wall that has been painted like an ice cream, an ice cream cone, and it's got the hashtag Learn on TikTok, and it says, "Did you know the ice cream cone was invented in Manchester?"
Was it?
Yeah.
I'm curious as to like Was it purposeful, or was it like the whole thing of like, what was the thing with someone had chocolate in the pocket and it melted or something like that? Something to do with microwaves? I can't remember.
Sticky fingers.
Oh, I'm not sure, but I know that the glitter was only invented because a guy was trying to figure out a way to recycle plastic and shredded it down so fine it created glitter.
Honestly, it's just we're bombarding our listeners with facts.
Glitter was invented with the sole purpose of annoying me.
Yeah.
That's why glitter was
Getting
invented.
everywhere.
Whoever invented glitter needs to be shot. And if he's dead, we need to work on technology to allow us to reincarnate him so he can be brought back and shot.
Right.
Because he's,
Okay.
I'd just like to give, before I move back to what I was actually trying to tell us, a massive shout out to the man that invented glitter, because it's given me something I can use to torture my
Big
brother
shout
with
out.
for the rest of my
it's
life.
just horrible.
But back
Swinging
to
back.
the other TikTok, yeah, and obviously, when they were doing this graffiti on the wall in Manchester on the side of the Hare and Hounds, shout out Hare and Hounds, 3 pints please. Me and Katie, my girlfriend, we stood in the window for at least 3 days watching them do this, and they very carefully did it, so they only revealed what the fun fact was on the last day, and it was infuriating. But yeah,
Sorry.
it was just did you
Was it
know?
like a like for part two
and,
sort of
yeah, and it was like
scenario?
did you know the ice cream? And you'd be like, what? But what? Tell me, what is it?
Sorry, I can't come into work today. They're painting a "Did you know" fact on
exactly.
the wall about ice cream.
Anyway, sorry, awfully
Swinging us
interrupted
back.
there. Yes, please do.
So we've all played the board game Monopoly. Did you know it wasn't a UK game to begin with? It was an American game.
Yes.
I
Brilliant.
didn't know.
Well, that's not the fact.
Oh.
So in 1936, Waddingtons got the rights to make Monopoly in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
They needed to replace all of the Atlantic City place names, because that's where the original board game was based off, with London place names. There was just one problem. Waddingtons isn't in London, it's in Leeds. So they sent the managing director and his wife down to London for the weekend to pick out some London place names. But because they're not from London, they picked some slightly odd ones.
Okay.
First off, almost everywhere they picked was in the West End.
Nice.
So you can guess where they stayed.
Yeah.
There's only one place in the East End and one place south of the river. There's no such thing as Marlborough Street. It's actually Great Marlborough Street. Vine Street is tiny. It's 40 yards long, but it's somehow still
The length
made
of
it
a
onto the
vine.
board. Mayfair is a whole area,
Yep.
not a street.
Is there not a street in Mayfair called Mayfair?
No.
Wow.
And the Angel Islington isn't a street, it's a pub.
Oh, so that's a good pub name.
Yeah,
Must
so
be a good
I'd
pub,
like to put a shout out to J Draper London on TikTok.
Shout out
Thank
Jade,
you for that.
J Per London on TikTok.
Yeah.
It was Draper.
But
not
yeah.
Japer.
How impressive is that?
Very impressive.
And it's never been changed. They've
Basically,
stuck with it.
Monopoly's a fraud.
Yeah,
It
pretty
is.
much.
Fraud, you liars.
I've got a question for you guys.
Please ask away.
So I was at bowling today.
Professional bowler. 89.
It wasn't 89. It was 87. But my first score was 113. Listen, I've not been in like 7 months, okay? Give it a break. So we were talking afterwards, and Bobby, shout out Bobby, who's one of my friends,
Shout out, Bobby.
who I used to work with. She was saying that she got a message once. So I was talking about, the whole do you screenshot messages and send them to people. I was
Okay.
talking about the podcast, and she said, this is a while ago, but she screenshot a text once that she got from her ex. They hadn't spoken in like a week. She thought, oh, this is great.
Shout out Bobby's ex.
And then, well, I guess. And she said she's just got a message from him that just said, would you wear Crocs?
Oh,
So my question to you guys is, would you wear Crocs?
absolutely not.
You wouldn't.
I think I'd rather lick piss off a nettle.
I would.
You would.
Yeah.
Would
Okay.
you?
Yeah.
With or
Why
without
No,
socks?
I'm more of
Without
a
socks.
I'm more of a
Would you-
Birkenstock kind of guy.
Would you put
don't
the
get me wrong,
pins in
like
the
this isn't
holes?
I wouldn't necessarily like go out in them, but they'd be alright for like
Do you know
just going into the garden.
would you decorate them with like the
Ooh, the
pins
little,
that people put
the
through the
ladybug
bags?
pin. And
Yeah.
No.
And follow-up question from that, because you said you would and you said you wouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
Would you wear them in sport mode or comfort mode?
Oh,
Well,
well,
sport mode
if-
with the strap round the back of the heel.
yes, obviously. It depends on the potential. If in a hypothetical world I did wear a croc laced with
Just one croc.
just one,
Bloody
then
big croc, isn't it?
I would. If it depends when I was wearing them, because if I was just fetching the bins or whatever.
You'd leave them in comfort mode.
Comfort
at the front,
mode, of course, because you're not going much further than your driveway. But if I was walking to the corner shop, I would probably do a sport mode just in case I had to make a mad dash away from someone who I know,
if
and I'm scared they're going to see me wearing Crocs.
If I was, running the 100-meter hurdles in my Crocs, and I'd obviously put them in race mode.
Obviously.
But personally, I wouldn't. But that's just because
Wouldn't
I
wear
don't. I
Crocs.
detest feet. So
Yeah, but yeah, I wouldn't wear Croc. Now,
just a Croc, a single Croc.
a Croc.
But would you wear Crocs? Plural.
Oh well, absolutely, yeah. I'd wear both. Dan, you really kind of teetered on the fence of I was today years old when I learnt, and is it just me that wonders with your last Monopoly fact and nugget of information? So I thought we would now go into is it just me that wonders, and my first one. For those of you listening, the two gentlemen to my left and right are both Christian. So please enjoy this. Is it just me that wonders of if the devil punishes bad people, does it make him a good person?
No.
Bit of a paradoxical kind of thought.
No, because you're not actually supposed to wrong someone. You're supposed to turn the other cheek, is what the Bible says. So in theory, the devil punishing bad people is him still doing bad stuff.
Okay.
And
He's still doing bad stuff, whether it's to bad people or good or not. He's doing bad stuff.
it's also not his decision who's a good or bad person, is it? It's God's decision.
I don't know.
See, the thing is,
Never met him.
at the end of the day, I could go out at night stabbing or killing, people that commit
you?
crime. You are?
Do you?
For legal reasons, I'm not allowed to answer that.
I cannot confirm or deny.
But I could go out, beating people up who commit crime.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't make me a good person. That
makes you Batman.
Makes me a bad person.
That makes you Batman.
Yeah, but he's at the end of the day, right? Unpopular opinion, but Batman technically is.
Batman.
But he technically is not a good person if you think about it.
No,
he's chaotic neutral in the sense that he's not a bad person because he doesn't target innocent people. He's not a good person because he literally beats people half to death who are just street thugs. The
Joker was just a street thug.
No,
was just a street thug. Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah, so
international terrorist.
So they are
just a street thug. Leave him to it.
No, but they are very bad people. But he also does it to street thugs.
Yes.
He's not.
Yeah,
he's right.
The stealing of a purse.
He's right in the middle. He's not a good person, but he's not a bad person. And yeah, he's a hero. But it's that whole thing of It's, do you know what I mean? It's like the Superman thing. How Batman in Batman versus Superman, for example, Batman's this guy could turn on the world one day, and we would literally not be able to stop him. And it's true. Heroes have that power to they decide what they can or can't do, and bands of superheroes, like the Avengers or like the Justice League, can just turn around one day and go, actually, we want to rule the world, and they can.
Some
What can you do?
to watch the world burn?
Yeah, what can you do? You can't do anything about
Absolutely
it.
nothing. It's a good job they're not real. Batman and
It's
Superman.
nice that you brought up religion as well, because it
shouldn't have done. You don't talk religion, politics, or sports in a pub.
we brought up the Holy Trinity now of topics we shouldn't discuss.
Yeah.
Since we brought up the holy trinity of topics we're not meant to discuss, which was what? Politics, religion, and what?
We've got the fire triangle.
What
haven't
was
we?
the other one?
Politics, religion,
And sports.
I'm about to bring up, because we were told on Instagram that we should talk about our political views or whatnot.
Were we?
Yeah. Did you not see the message from the guy? Let me super quickly pull it up.
Okay.
Yeah, he did actually.
Oh, I didn't get a chance to read it.
He said you avoid talking about these topics, but you
He
should
said,
actually discuss
Two
them.
suggestions. I notice in some episodes you try to stay away from politics or stuff which has deep opinion. Just say what you guys mean. It's good to hear your views and it's interesting.
Who's this?
Second thing, longer
Okay, I'll
episodes.
say it. Brexit means Brexit.
Tommy Houghton. And
Tommy Houghton. Shout out, Tommy Houghton.
And I said, thank you for the suggestions, Tommy. I've tried many times to sway Daniel and Thomas into letting me talk about politics, but the main aim of the podcast is as a comedy, and we tried to discuss the sort of things you chat about to your friends at the pub. I'll certainly consider trying to sneak some politics and social movements in every now and then.
So, another bit of paradoxical sort of, is it just me that wonders, is if you spill a cleaning product, does it make a mess?
It depends what the cleaning product is.
Yeah, and what it's used
if
for.
If it's a large quantity of bleach, then yes, it will make a mess because it's going to burn whatever it's on.
But say, okay, on your rug, you've got a red wine stain, and you accidentally spill some vanish all over it. Have you created a mess, or are you actually are you cleaning up?
It depends on
manage
how
to
much you
spill
spill
vanish-
and what it is.
If
What,
you
like,
manage
what's,
to spill vanish on a red wine stain, I don't think you've spilt it. Like
But what
you've
what
put
is but
vanish
what
on a
is
stain.
what is a mess? You know,
Right,
like is it something that's really inconvenient to clean
So,
up and
say
is
you-
not wanted?
say you spill a cleaning product for carpets
Mhm.
on something that isn't a carpet,
Mhm.
it's going to make a mess, right?
What-
It's
what-
not
what
going
are
to
we spilling-
clean
What are we spilling it on?
something that isn't a carpet.
So name something that's not a potato or not a potato.
So I don't know, but like certain cleaning products are for certain things, right?
Yeah.
So if you spill like rug doctor
But
on
like
not a rug,
but my point is, can a cleaning product actually create a mess when its sole purpose is to clean?
of course it can create a mess.
I'm gonna put it out there. We chat some shit on this show.
The only thing I know about cleaning products
Is that your mum does it all?
no, is this right? To never mix ammonia and bleach
That sounds like a good night.
because it is the recipe for mustard gas.
Oh, is it?
It is. And I
Right,
once
don't do that.
Ew.
Don't do
Only
that.
one of them is a cleaning product, though.
I once earwagged from one of the there's a cleaning aisle on work, like housewares, and I was on the next aisle over, and I heard a man suggesting to a woman to mix ammonia and bleach.
As an insult.
No, like he was saying it like it really, really clean. And
I thought it
and-
was. I thought
and
it'd
I
be
was-
like, you know what? You should go mix ammonia and bleach.
no,
It'll clear your airways. It'll
'cause
clear your airways.
it's in King of the Hill.
Mhm.
Hank's wife Peggy is saying like, I tell them to mix the cleaning power bleach with ammonia. I can't remember why. And then he's like, Peggy, that's the recipe for mustard gas. And I was
Hang on, you just based that fact off King of the Hill.
King of the Hill.
yeah, but it is the recipe for mustard gas. And I heard this and I was like, hang on. This guy's telling this woman to make mustard gas in her house. And I walked around the aisle after we'd gone and I was like, just want you to know, sweetheart.
Please don't do that.
Don't do
Just
that.
call a sweetheart.
Yeah, I call loads of people sweetheart.
Poor
Calls me-
bitch has anti-terrorism police turning
Calls
up at
me
her
so-
door.
I
don't-
creating
I don't
weapons.
do it as I don't do it to try and demean people.
Right, sweetheart, I don't.
Right, listen here, sweetheart. Don't mix ammonia and bleach because it's going to be mustard gas.
So moving it on from that awful barrage of masculinity from Joe's corner there, back to our brand spanking new section of Let's Hear It for the Girls. Here we go. We should slot some music in here. Like, you know,
Perfect. We've just heard it for the girls, and let's move on again.
now,
Here come the girls.
again,
girls.
yes,
There's your music.
that's the one.
Girls. Girls, girls. Here come the girls. Girls.
Welcome to Very,
Girls.
the all-new online catalogue for...
Yeah, I wasn't joining in on that.
Right. So, of course, we have had a continuous bombardment of questions from our listeners, our lady listeners, of things that are going to completely and utterly baffle them about men or things that they want our perspective on. And the first one I would like to throw in today is from Hemmer. Shout out Hemmer. Is would you take a male contraceptive pill?
Yes.
Oh, I don't need to.
It's only through one not being available that it's not possible.
Yeah.
I know. I mean, obviously, the contraceptive pill has a number of side effects of hormonal and physical, and a lot of people find quite a change when they stop taking it after so many years and stuff. But I think I would quite happily, just as women do,
Just
take on that burden
Sorry.
and take a male contraceptive
super
pill.
quick point, but the whole hormonal changes, bodily changes, is exactly what the female contraceptive pill does anyway.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, like
So I'm saying,
I think
if a male contraceptive
if I
pill did the
recall,
same,
there was a
I
male
would, I would still take it.
there was like a male contraceptive pill being tested, and like
They were doing trials on it
Yeah,
a
they
couple
were.
of years
Loads of
ago, and they
guys
stopped
were-
it.
It didn't cut
because
it,
they
did
were
it?
getting side effects, which is the actual side effects of the female contraceptive pill. The men were suffering during this trial, so they stopped it because
Oh.
they said that it's not safe. They're getting these side effects. It's like, well,
So why is it right for women to have them?
most medications have like possible side effects. Like
Yeah, of course it. Paracetamol does.
paracetamol does.
is it
I'm an
paracetamol or paracetamol?
Well, you see, I once left a stack of painkillers on the side of my worktop, and I came back and the birdcage was open and all the tablets were gone. I was like, oh, the paracetamol.
Right. Anyway, but my question was: is it paracetamol or paracetamol?
I would say paracetamol.
Quite frankly, I don't give a shit.
It's
I'm
like,
just curious.
ibuprofen or ibuprofen.
Ibuprofen.
It's ibuprofen.
Ibuprofen,
Yeah,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
you said paracetamol. You said paracetamol.
Paracetamol, isn't it? I
So-
think paracetamol is
Let
like
us
the-
know in the comments. Thank you.
Yeah. Type out whether it's paracetamol or paracetamol.
Are you in?
Let's
Oh,
see
yeah.
how that one goes.
Are you implying that it is not possible to dictate how a word is pronounced?
Yeah, you can do it, and they do it on the
Because
dictionary,
if
don't
you look in the dictionary, that tells you how to pronounce a word.
they? Paracetamol or paracetamol. Yeah,
You could literally just type para and then hyphen SEE or SET.
So yeah, we've established, Hammer. Yes, we would take the contraceptive pill. Thank you.
Right.
On to the next one, and I think we're going to have a bit of a difference of opinion here.
Oh, great.
Is from Sophie. Shout out, Sophie. Do you wipe your ass stood up?
What? Right, no. There categorically should not be a difference of opinion here, because if one of you says you wipe your ass stood up, there's a big issue.
So I don't have. I used to do.
You wipe your ass stood up?
Yes.
What? What? So you do your business and you go,
Yeah.
oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
I'll just...
Sometimes I'll stand up and I'll have a little wander around the bathroom.
Bro,
Because-
are you
because,
broken?
like-
Then your ass cheeks pushed together and it... Oh.
No. So I don't know. Like, obviously you can't. I haven't got room at the back of the toilet to get my hand down. Like I can't. There's
You
not-
lean forward,
Yeah,
man.
lean forward, bro.
Right, so you lean forward, you do your wipe. That's just a lot of. I haven't got the strongest legs in the world. I've got skinny
You still
legs. Like,
no.
it's a
You're
lot
still
of-
sat on the toilet seat. You're just further forward on it.
No, but then, things touch the inside of the toilet seat. I don't want that. So I stand up.
I'm never doing this podcast
I
again.
stand up and I wipe and I go, yep, that is another wipe. And toilet
Hang on.
roll.
So I don't. My Instagram account is disabled. I disabled it a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
But I used to run polls on my
Yeah.
story.
Oh, they're all fighting the EDL at the moment.
Exactly. And one of the ones I did was, when you wipe your bum, do you scrunch it or do you
Fold.
Fold it.
Fold.
Fold.
Yeah, I'll fold.
Fold.
Yeah,
Scrunching
exactly.
is just a waste of
Yeah.
paper.
Exactly. And you're not going to get an even wipe there, are you? You know?
Yeah, exactly. But I know there's people that scrunch, and it's so weird. I
weird.
couldn't imagine doing it.
How many squares of toilet paper do you
Right,
put
so-
together
well,
to
let's
fold?
say it depends
when
on
I
the
I
number.
worked my way down.
Works on the ply.
Start at 3, work down to 2.
It depends on the ply
Yeah.
of the, and also I start at 4 and end up working down to 2.
It also depends if it's an actual roll of toilet paper or, like, in a lot of public toilets, it's a sheet that you
Yes.
pull out
Yeah.
of like
Yeah.
a little dispenser. And I tend to stack them up a bit more.
Depends on the first wipe. Sometimes,
Well, yeah, but
like,
that's
oh,
the
no,
ply
this
thing,
is
isn't
a
it? Depends on
3-square job, this.
See, I never do 3 because it's not even. If you do 4, fold it.
Believe it or
and
not,
it's
Joe,
even.
you can still fold 3.
Yeah, but I like to
You
fold
like
it
to fold
so
it on the
square,
seam.
square.
He
Yeah,
folds it
exactly.
on the
You can fold
seam.
it on the seam. You can fold
Yeah,
the
you
right
could,
into
yeah.
the middle
Like
and
a
the left
trifold.
into the
You could
middle.
do a trifold.
That's horrible.
Why?
Why would you do that? Just do 4.
Doesn't like odd numbers.
Because I'm looking after the environment.
Yeah,
well,
saving the
as
planet.
Bro,
much
it's
as I can.
paper.
Listen, let's
every
not
roll of
disagree
triple
here.
velvet.
We need to be unified in the fact that
Against
we
this
sit down to
freak
wipe
standing
our
up. Yeah,
arse.
that's so weird, man.
I don't know, like after you want to stretch your legs, don't you?
I'll do
Yeah,
that when
I'll
I
do
get
that
off the
once I've got
toilet.
off.
What are you talking about? Stretch your
I
legs.
stand
Please.
up. I stand up. Not like I'm not talking like a full.
What are you doing?
upright,
You doing one arm
bolted
press
up-
ups or something?
Yeah, them as well. No, I'm not talking like a full bolted upright, stood up. Like, like I'm off the seat.
Squatting.
I am stood up.
So
Knees
surely
are,
that-
knees are probably bent at a. I don't know, like
Is it an acute or an obtuse angle?
it would be more of an obtuse. I don't know, maybe a 20.
So that is more strenuous
20
on your
degrees,
legs
that'd
than
be an
being
acute
sat
angle.
down leaning forward.
No, it's not. It's just like a.
I-
For those watching on Insta, TikTok, Instagram,
I
whatever
can
it is,
promise you this isn't
what-
becoming a
this
clip.
This is the kind of the stance there. It's just like a. Yeah, it's comfortable.
Nah, man. You're broken. That's so weird. Man.
Clothes, you like?
Why does she want to know that?
Squeeze it.
I've only just thought.
I haven't got arse cheeks. I've got a back with a crack down it.
Why someone asked this? I don't get it.
Well,
Yeah,
this is,
that
this
implies
is
that there's more than one person that stands up
here's
to
a question
wipe
though.
their
Here's a
ass.
question. Do you wipe front to back or back to front?
Well, obviously front to back.
Yeah, front to back.
Right. Okay.
Because you wipe back to front, you run the risk of catching your balls.
Okay. Let's just check. The reason
as a guy, you do. So that from a male perspective, I'm not sure how that works from a girl's. Well, I do know how it works from a girl's
women are
perspective.
not supposed to, but from what I know, it is safer to wipe front to back as a woman because you can potentially get UTIs and stuff from
yeast infection.
Yeah.
It's safe to wipe front to back as a guy as well. You don't tickle your balls.
No, but that's the enjoyment.
Yeah. Right, well, let's drag the conversation out of the
toilet,
the literal toilet again.
You're the one that asked the question.
I didn't ask the question.
Listen,
Sophie asked the question.
This blame
Shout
is
out
on
Sophie.
Yeah, shout out Sophie, but you are entirely to blame for this because I've now lost a best friend.
Look what you've done.
Thank you very much. So to get us away from the absolute garbage we've ended up discussing around toilets, I thought I'd finish us off because we can't go into an exit on that.
No.
So just a fun little question.
Okay.
And I want to see how quickly one of you can get the answer.
7.
No.
Oh, he's got it already.
Ah,
It's unfair.
right, well, that was last orders bell. Good night.
US states.
States.
There is many of them.
50, yeah.
Yeah.
I was discussing this.
What letter doesn't appear in any US state?
X.
Wrong.
As in the entire word? Or
Doesn't appear in the name.
Name the
any
state that's
US
got
state.
X in it.
It would
Texas.
be...
Oh, Shit, yeah.
Well said.
I was meant to be going to Texas,
the letter... that's tough.
It's tough on that.
I can get
And
this.
it'll be a basic letter.
It's so obvious because it's a letter that just doesn't get used a lot in
Is
words.
it the letter? No, it won't be Y. It won't be X. It won't be W. It won't be U. Was it U? No, it won't be U. I'm gonna go. A 1 in 26 chance here. The letter Q.
You would be correct.
Yeah.
The letter Q.
Yeah, doesn't show up.
It's in city names and towns,
Yeah, but
it's
not
not
in
in a
states.
state. So I thought I'd just give us that
intelligent.
before.
Well, that was perfect, just as the last orders bell
Absolutely.
went. Wasn't that nice?
I've got a super quick question to ask you guys.
Please
that
do.
Doesn't need answering this week, but I think this would be a good thing to ask people and leave your comments.
Oh wait, of course, as well. Just before you ask your question, because we need to answer the last question that was asked. Armrests in cinemas.
Yes. Now we've had some controversial opinions on this, and I think it boils down to whether you're left or right-handed.
If you're left-handed, you don't deserve an armrest anyway.
But I mean, it depends who you're with. If it's you're in a couple, you could
Share the same one.
Yeah, you share an armrest, but I think if you're in a group of mates, and it depends also on the confectionery.
Well, obviously, I'm not going with a group of mates.
No, I've
not got a group of mates.
But if you've bought a cup of Pepsi and also a popcorn, you need kind of. Oh, actually, no, popcorn go on your lap.
Popcorn on your lap.
Yeah, popcorn will go on your lap, but then maybe.
What
if
about
you've
like
got
a bag of M&Ms?
Bag of M&Ms.
This guy can't eat his popcorn because he's tried to ram it into the freaking cup holder.
All spills out.
Where's all my popcorn gone? This is so
My
unfair.
question
Fall on
is,
the
the guy
floor.
that designed cinema seats, why didn't they just like double up on the armrests? Like, sure, that was
Space.
such an easy. That was definitely something that wasn't thought of.
Because
until
I bet
after
over
they'd
the
installed seats.
length of the row, you'd have one less cinema seat, which is
You probably have
means,
less than.
which means
more
that
than
is now 40 quid less. Yeah, because cinemas are so expensive now.
You'd probably lose a couple of seats actually,
Probably
more
would.
than one. Like, I'm not gonna go work out how big the armrest is. Anyway, question.
Yes.
And then obviously answer this in the TikTok, Instagram, or don't. It's up to you. I can't control it.
And YouTube.
Yes.
Watch us. People don't like podcasts all the time. You can actually sit down and watch us and spend an evening with Tom, Dan, and Joe.
Anyway, for the third time, question. Not necessarily your favourite song of all time, but what is one of your favourite songs and why? and answer it next week. Answer it in the comments, and feel free to.
There's so many to choose
well,
from.
not necessarily why, but one of your favorite songs.
Lovely.
Thank
Thanks
you
very
for that,
much.
Joe.
No worries.
Thanks very much, Joe. That was
Shout out,
very
Joe.
nice. Shout out, Joe Benham. And thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for subscribing.
participating.
Thank you for liking, participating, and following.
We need to. So, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, share with your friends.
Cheers to National Quiche Lorraine Day.
Cheers, guys.
Civvy.